Welcome to Blackpool's Luminair drone race and your host, Mini Rolls Rule.
Hello, how are we doing today? Welcome to Blackpool Pleasure Beach at the Globe Theatre for the Luminair Lightpool drone race. Can I get a cheer from the crowd for the drone race? Hey! Can I get a cheer from the pilots for the whoop race? Hey! Thank you for joining us here, courtesy of the Blackpool Illuminations team. We're here to have a drone race, and this is something that's fairly new in the UK, but it has swept up and down over the last 5 years with clubs popping up all over the place. Now, you might be wondering what this crazy contraption is on my head. These are FPV goggles. The drones have cameras on them, but they are not like the ones you take photos of your neighbors. These are video cameras. They send the video directly to these goggles, and the pilots use that to fly around our course in first-person view, FPV. They have remote controls just like this, like your Xbox controller that control them, so everything is manual. There's no sensors on these, there's no auto collision detect, none of that. It's full manual racing as fast as they can around our track. So, this is the track behind us. It's lovely and lit up. We like racing these tiny drones because they can be covered in LEDs, you can fly them around your house, and you can turn it into a racetrack. Put out a couple of chairs, round the table, under the cat, and fly around and enjoy turning your living room into a racetrack. The best bit about them is that they are very, very safe. These can be flown indoors. You don't need any training, no licenses required as long as you are indoors. They weigh just 35 grams flying, so if you crash them, they basically bounce off. You're not going to break your mum's favorite china. So, because we all know, thank you so much. I appreciate that dearly. Now you're in the net, that's on you. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road and welcome to the stage our pilots that will be first up racing here today. So, please welcome welcome to the stage, our pilots. We have James TX, we have Dan Carpy, and we have Archie FPV. As our pilots are going to set their whoops down, get them plugged in, get those goggles turned on, we will set them racing. Now, the pilots have traveled from up and down the country to be here today. Like I said, we have clubs popping up all over the place. All the way down from Cornwall with our race director, Rich, over there on the other side of the stage. He's running the show for timing the pilots around our track. But they are goggles down and thumbs up, so we are ready to roll.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. So as they take on this track for the first time today, they're going to be looking to make sure they get through all the gates in the right order. So the pilots taking their first lines around this track here, making sure they know where they're going. We had a chat before you all lovely people arrived to walk them through the track to make sure they know which way to go around the tower, which way to go through the star, how to go around our lovely disco ball, and across our deck chair. This is a different track to yesterday, so all of the pilots are coming at this brand new, having to learn it from scratch. So they'll be working out their best lines how to take these turns at the top speed possible. So like I was saying, the clubs that are here today represented by pilots from across the UK. We have pilots from all the way down in Cornwall. We have pilots from South Gloucester Drone Club, SGDC. We have pilots from Delta Hawks, pilots which is in Derby sort of area. We have pilots from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, which is the club that's bringing you this race.
Finish your lap and then land.
We have pilots from Drone Circle near Manchester. So that's the klaxon. The pilots are going to finish off there. Oh, we had a bit of a mid-air there going down. But like I say, these drones are very resilient. They can take a beating. Coming around the disco ball into the crash gate and missing it entirely. Well done. Fantastic pilots. Great first round out. Round of applause for our pilots, please. So, as our pilots go to collect their whoops, let's take a look at what these pilots are fighting for. They are fighting for this, our wonderful trophy here. Pilots have been racing all weekend to win this fabulously sparkly trophy. One pilot only will be lifting this at the end of the day. They are going to be racing against 12 other pilots across the day to get to the top, to get to the final, to be the one person that will lift this trophy and walk away with it at the end of the day. So, without further ado, shall we invite our next pilots onto the stage? Please give a big cheer for the Han. Who's up next? We have Scooby Air. And we have Blueprint and Gen X FPV. So our pilots are setting their quads down on the starting block, checking they all work, making sure the LEDs are lit and the props are turning. Oh, we need a replug there for Gen X, but he looks happy. Oh, a few problems with a technical sport like this. Little gremlins get into the machine, cause a few problems. But he'll have that sorted, I'm sure, in a moment. Like anything in technology, if you turn it off and you turn it on again, usually it fixes the problem. Okay, it looks like Gen X unfortunately is stepping out of this one, but the rest of our pilots look ready with their goggles down, so we'll send them on their way. So, Blueprint, the Han, and Scooby Air are off and flying up to the star. Currently leading the way is Blueprint as he crosses the line at the front of the stage and starts tackling the tower. Our wonderful LED lit up tower here, courtesy of the Blackpool Illuminations team. We really like flying around this because you're not allowed to fly around the real one, so they brought us specially this one for us to fly around. Wow, a couple of pilots having some trouble there on the deck chair of doom. Can everybody say deck chair of doom? Yes. And it has caused a few pilots to get caught up, so we're going to see how well they tackle this today. But it looks like the lead has been ceded to Scooby Air as he's being chased down by the Han, with Blackpool getting tied up on the deck chair of doom. Oh, we have a mid-air there between Scooby Air and Blueprint. That happens from time to time. As small as these are, in as big a room as we are, every now and again, a whoop will crash into another one, so look out for that. So the flying we're doing at the moment, all of our pilots have been put randomly into heats of 4. They'll be flying against each other, around the track with each other, but not flying against each other yet. At the moment, they are looking to get their qualifying times. Just like in the Formula One, they're looking to get their fastest times around the track. And it looks like Blueprint's getting a bit lost on the deck chair of doom there. He's going to circle back and get that one right. And up and over the start blocks, nicely done, Blueprint. So they have 2 minutes to go as fast as they can around our track and get their fastest 2 consecutive laps.
Finish your lap and then land.
But that's all we have time for these pilots. Their batteries are running low. They're going to finish off their laps and park themselves in the crash gate. And the hand goes down. That's not going to do him any favors. Can he get back up again? The hand is struggling on his head. He's flying. And into the crash gate goes 1. Blueprint flashing his LEDs. And Scooby Air bounces out of the crash gate. That's 2. Coming around to finish off his laps. Please give a hand for the Han. Well done, pilots. Excellent flying. So our wonderful pilots are going to go and collect their whoops from the crash gates and try and work out whether or not they need to go faster, because this is the first time they are out on this track. They are working out the best way to go around all of these gates. We have a multitude of lit up gates here and we've set a track for them. This is the first time they've flown it, so they're going to be working out which way is fastest, how to go around which way to go around and not get lost, because Blueprint there got lost a little bit on the deck chair of doom. Can we hear the deck chair of doom? Yes, in our studio audience here, but it's time to send our next pilots out. Please welcome to the stage for their first flights. We have KPV, Brummy, we have Dirty McStinky. Big round of applause for our pilots as they set their whoops down on the starting block. So all of our whoops are plugged in, all of our pilots are sat down. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off up to the star to start their race. Now, if you look on our big projector screen here, you will see what the pilots are seeing. This is the FPV view that all the pilots are using to pilot their craft around our lovely lit up track. If you want to get a view yourself, you can take part in our FPV hot laps. We have some spare goggles that the pilots are using down here at the front of the stage. So if you want to come and get your eyes behind the view of these drones, you can step inside, race along with these pilots and see what they see. So come on down to the front, get your eyes behind some goggles and fly along with our pilots today. Courtesy of Birmingham Tiny Whoopers Group, the largest whoop group in the UK. And one of our pilots has just gone down on the deck chair of doom. Can he get out? Brummy taking a little slow walk around, making sure he knows which way to go. He needs to go through the next set of hex gates on the deck chair of doom, but he's parked himself in the middle. Is he having a technical? No, he's up and flying. We're good. Dirty McStinky there coming around to finish to go around the tower. He's lit up in lovely bright coloured LEDs. Oh, and just clicking the deck chair of doom and goes down, but he'll reset now. As we have Brummy going through the star. And just not enough time to start another lap, so he's going to go and park it in our crash gate. As Dirty McStinky comes round to finish off his laps. Well done, pilots.
Race over.
Excellent racing. Well done, pilots. Very well done. So as they come towards the front of the stage, go and collect their whoops, we will have a look at... You're probably wondering why on my table here we've got a little packet of mini rolls. This is a little joke that's been going on for, I don't know, probably like 20 years now. My pilot name is Mini Rolls Rule. Now, you can speculate how that pilot name came to be, so put your answers on a postcard and send them to Birmingham Tiny Whoopers and see if you can work out why my nickname is Mini Rolls Rule. But luckily for me, it means that people bring me mini rolls every now and again, which is lovely. But moving on now to our next pilots, please can we welcome to the stage for their first run out, we have Gen X FPV, Cruise FPV, and Jaggers. Our lovely smiling pilots there, just getting their whoops plugged in. In this beautiful arena, we've got all the whoops with nice LEDs on them, so you can hopefully track around and watch them fly through our gates here. But they are plugged in, they're sat down. Goggles on, thumbs up, pilots are ready to go. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Oh, and Jaggers, a terrible start there, tumbles off the line. He's going to have to reset. Just nervous thumbs, first pack of the day, obviously. And it looks like Gen X is going to the moon, forget the star. Having a bit of trouble there working out the track, but he's off, he's running, and he's onto the tower, following Jaggers as he works out how to get across the deck chair of doom. Catches another pilot. Sticky thumbs early in the morning on a Sunday after probably too many beers last night means he's flying a little wonky, but he's going to learn the track on this run out. All the pilots fresh to this track this morning. And around they come for their second lap. And a pilot goes down under the umbrella. The lights went out for a moment. Can he fly? Can he get up and running? We'll find out soon, I'm sure. We've only got one whoop flying. Where have they all gone? We've got Gen X down. We've got Jaggers down. We've got Cruise, the only one flying, but Gen X is back up again. Jaggers on the floor, lights are on, but there's no movement. We've got no video from Jaggers. It looks like something's come unplugged. So that's not good for his first run out. But he will have 3 more attempts. This is the first of 4 runs that they will get to set their best times. Riding on board with Cruise now as he cruises round the top of our tower and ready for the deck chair of doom. He just gets overtaken. Just gets overtaken. Can he claw it back?
Finish your lap and then land.
So they're going to finish off their laps now. That's all the time they're going to have. The batteries are sagging. Oh, they're sagging. He's given up. He's gone to the crash gate. He's given up on that last lap. 2 pilots in the crash gate, 1 on the floor, not moving. Thank you very much, pilots. Very well flown. Please give a big round of applause as they go and collect their whoops. Let's go and have a quick chat with Jaggers there. Whoop. And I'm not going to be able to have a chat with Jaggers because I don't have a mic, but we'll bring you to the front and I'll have to interpret for everyone. Come up to the front here, Jaggers. Your whoop there, it wasn't flying. What happened?
I had very bad video from the start, and then when I touched something, I lost complete video.
One of your wires is bent very close to your props there, so the bad video, you reckon it was caused by that?
I think maybe actually probably a signal issue from video camera to the flight controller possibly.
Okay, well, these are the height of technology, so maybe a couple of crossed wires. We're going to have to go sort that out in the pits, and we'll hopefully get you flying up in the next one. So
definitely.
Quick repairs, and we'll see you again shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you. So while Jaggers is fixing his quad, let's go and take a look at our qualification times because all of our pilots have flown now. So if we look up to the screen, you will see our first set of times from our pilots. And currently sitting in first place, we have Dirty McStinky. We have in second place, Archie. In third, we have The Han. Fourth is Dan Carpy. We have James TX in fifth, KPV in sixth, Blueprint in seventh, Gen X FPV in eighth, Scooby Air in ninth, and Cruise FPV in 10th. So at the moment, there's 3, 4, 5 seconds separating them, but I know from yesterday that these pilots will get a lot quicker as they learn the track. So while our pilots are getting ready and up to come on again for their second round, we need to see what is going on in the world of whoops. And if you want to check out what's going on in the world of whoops, you can check out our website, Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. We have a website here on screen. You can scan the QR code and check out our website. We have lots of information on there about how to get started, where to get started, and all the latest gossip, topics and news from the Whoop world. So check that out. We are the team that are bringing you this race here today, and we're very pleased to do so. But with our pilots ready to come out on stage, we will welcome them now. Please put your hands together for James TX, Dan Carpy, and Archie FPV. So as our pilots settle in for their second batteries, we are going to see how they do, see what chimes change. With their goggles down and their thumbs up, it looks like we have some pilots ready. Let's send them on their way.
In less than 5.
And they are off, launching off the start line. We have Dan Carpy with the red quad, sending it around that Blackpool Tower with Archie in the yellow quad, following him very quickly. James TX in the green quad, but a little touch on the deck chair of doom sends Archie off into the weeds, and a touch on the umbrella sends James TX down, leaving Dan Carpy plenty of air to get going. Screaming around our... with James TX tackling the cameraman there. He's in the weeds, has to sort himself out. Will he get flying again? We will see. But Dan Carpy with his signature smooth flying, he is absolutely cooking that quad. But the first hit into the tower all weekend, and he goes down, but he's back up quickly. As I say, a brand new track for these pilots. They'll have to forget what they learnt yesterday, learn a new one today, and start to push it. We've got a head-to-head going on between Dan Carpy and James TX, but James just doesn't quite have the speed to keep up. Dan Carpy, a very quick pilot from Drone Circle near Macclesfield. He's been flying there for several years, coming to a lot of the big events around the UK, and he has always done very well, but getting a little bit tied up there on the deck chair of doom. Can we have a deck chair of doom from the audience? Deck chair of doom. Oh, and he goes down again. Dan Carpy with a mistake is very rare, and Archie going down as well. These pilots both very quick, always very near the top of the leaderboard. Now, as these pilots are using their whoops, the batteries will be running down. And as they do, they start to sag. The batteries get a bit tired, get a bit worn out, and so they don't always behave like you expect them to in corners, but that's just part of racing.
Finish your lap and then land.
And 1, 2,
Race
3 into the crash gate. Fantastic. Big round of applause for our pilots. Well done, pilots. Go collect your whoops. Now, Dan there in the red quad, he was flying around, as you can see, very quick pilot. So quick, in fact, that on our yearly whoop race across the country, we have whoop races, but we have a league of whoop races called the Tiny Whoop UK League, and Dan Carpy competed up and down the UK and ended up winning that league. He is the fastest whoop pilot in the UK at the present time. With such prestigious pilots coming here today, we are going to see some fantastically fast flying. But with our next pilots ready to go, please can we welcome them to the stage? We have The Hand, Scooby Air, Blueprint, and hopefully Wong Legend. Yes, Wong Legend has fixed his whoop. It looks like he'll be joining us this time. Getting those whoops plugged in. Now you might be wondering why I'm calling them whoops. And the reason is they sound like whoop. When they take off, listen for the whoop. Goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots are ready to go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And off they whooped up to the star. So Wong Legend up and flying. Nice to see he's fixed his drone. So he'll be out for his first lap, making sure he gets all the gates in the right order. But a rejection for Scooby Air there off the deck chair of doom. Neck and neck with Blueprint. They both have a little tap. Scooby keeps it in the air just about, but Blueprint's going to have to line back up again. And gets another rejection off the deck chair of doom. That's very unlucky for Blueprint. Very strong pilot from Tiny Whoop, Staffordshire. If you are in the middle of the country, in the Midlands, check out Tiny Whoop, Staffordshire. A very new club, eager to mark their stamp on the world of whoop racing. So, representing drone racing, drone circle, we have the Han and Wong Legend. They come from near Macclesfield, near Manchester, all the way up to Blackpool to race with you guys. And we have Blueprint representing Tiny Whoop, Staffordshire. And we have Scooby Air representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. So I'm a little bit biased, what with being the organizer of Tiny Whoops in Birmingham, but it's up to him. He has to fly as fast as he can, get some times on the board.
Finish your lap and then land.
And one pilot in the crash gate. Two pilots in the crash gate. We have Wong Legend coming around and into the crash gate. Nearly. There he goes. That big green and red thing over there. That's the crash gate. And just finishing off his lap, we have Scooby Air coming around.
Race
In he
over.
goes. Wonderful slow-mo. Very well done, pilots. Let's go and have a chat with Wong Legend because he couldn't join us on his first race. Come up to the front here.
I got a battery in for the changes tonight.
Ah, was that what went wrong?
No, it's just in mine, it's lost its band. So,
Oh, right.
technical issues.
So your controller
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, he just forgot it was bound to the quad. Couldn't do anything.
Okay, and so this is your controller here.
Yeah.
Lovely, and it looks a little bit like an Xbox controller.
Yeah, a little bit, same kind of size, yeah.
Brilliant. So how does that communicate with the quad?
It's through ELRS, so it's just when you move the sticks, obviously the motors, it moves the motors to move the quad.
Very good. So it's a radio link to the
yeah,
quad,
radio link, yeah,
and then you have
link.
video coming back to your
Yes,
goggles.
yeah.
Brilliant. Well done. Well, I'm glad to see you up and flying.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way, and we'll see you again in a moment for your next one out.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Okay, let's check out our next pilots. Please, can we welcome them to the stage? We have Dirty McStinky, we have Brummy, and we have KPV. So the pilots are coming out for their second time on track. They'll be eager to improve on their first one. Now they know the course. One thumb up, two thumbs up, three thumbs up, pilots.
On your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. We have Dirty McStinky first to tackle the tower, but KPV is not going to let him on his own. Oh, but Dirty misses one of the gates, has to go back and lets KPV through. But KPV gets rejected on the umbrella, and Dirty takes the lead again. Riding on board with Dirty McStinky now, one of our fastest pilots, and certainly the pilot with the funniest name. You can see just how fast these guys are. Up and over the start block, he goes up to take the star and around to start his next lap. Coming on board with Brummy. Now, if anybody knows Brummy, you'll know where he's from, but oh, just missing that gate under the umbrella. There he goes, very nicely corrected. And that's the thing with this hobby. It is a hobby of honorability. We all enjoy racing, we all enjoy going fast, and we want to make sure that the fastest pilot wins honorably. And that means that if someone misses a gate, they have to go back and take it again. And our pilots are very good at doing that.
Finish your lap and then land.
Our pilots have had their
Race
laps.
over.
They've done the fastest they can, so we are going to thank them for their race. And hopefully they'll have pushed their times a bit faster. Now our lovely track here, all lit up, is ready to be raced by our next pilots. They are in order at the top. Please, can we welcome to the stage we have Gen X FPV, Cruise FPV, and Jaggers. So our lovely pilots grinning at you there from the big screen. They're ready for their second time out on track, so looking for some increased speeds, some better times. Looks like they're ready to go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
But we have Cruise who's failed to proceed. What's happened to his quad? So we just have Jaggers and Gen X out on track. Jaggers with the yellow whoop and Gen X with the green whoop. Lovely and lit up. Little tap for Gen X there, sends him off into the pilot area, but he recovers quickly. But he's up and flying now. Good to see Cruise out and cruising. Riding on board with him. He seems to have gone the wrong way. Where are you going, Cruise? Let's start that lap again, shall we? Looking a little bit lost on stage, working out where he needs to go next. Because everyone's watching him, he's a little bit nervous. And up and over the start block. Oh, but Jaggers goes down, reset quickly onto the deck chair of doom. Up over the starting block he goes, and then around to the star. Beautifully passed. Now you notice the video from Jaggers is a little different to some of the other pilots. He's using a different video system. Now, it seemed to have went badly for him last round, but it seems to be working again now. His video system is digital. It's one of the first waves of digital video that have ended up on these tiny whoop craft. So you'll see, I'm just getting distracted by the commentator and going down all of our whoops on the ground at the same time. That's no good. But back up and running. We've got a whoop in the cameraman's booth. I'm sure he'll chuck him out. He's up and running. Cruise is flying. Just having a look at the cameraman, checking out, see if he's doing his job properly there. So quite a few crashes here in the early stages. Umbrella protecting Cruise from an attack from above.
Finish your lap and then land.
It looks like Jaggers just started his next lap there, so he's going to have to absolutely scream this one and do his best to get a good time. Jaggers really learned the track now. But it looks like Gen X. Oh no, and Jaggers goes down. That looked like a hot lap. Can he just recover it now? But no, the battery's done. He's out. The rainbow of doom. He's out. His battery is dead. So that's all we'll see from Jaggers. Gen X just finishing off his lap now. Coming around the umbrella. Across the deck chair of doom. Up over the starting block. To the star in the sky, but getting a little banged up there. And said, no, that's ruined my lap. I'm going to go and park in the crash gate. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent flying. And that was the second time they've been out. So I'm going to pop down to the front here now and talk to you a little bit about the track as the pilots go and collect their whoops. Your whoop is down here, Jaggers, somewhere. He ended up running out of battery entirely, and that is one of the downsides to running a digital video system. It gives you a little bit better video, but it's a little bit more power hungry, and that unfortunately cost Jaggers his last lap. But he'll be back shortly with another one. I thought I'd come down here and talk to you about the times on the leaderboard, because this is what they're racing for. Having done 2 packs now, they have got scores on the table. Now, We have Dan Carpy has moved up into first with Dirty McStinky in second. We have KPV in third, Archie in fourth, slipping down as Dan Carpy just pushes all of the pilots down a level. He is the fastest Whoop pilot in the UK at the moment, so it's not unexpected. The Han in fifth, James TX in sixth, Scooby Air in seventh, eighth for Jaggers, ninth for Gen X, Blueprints in 10th, Brummies in 11th, and Cruise FPV in 12th. So with 2 packs down, 2 more to go, let's see how fast they can improve their times. Please can we welcome to the stage our next pilots. We have James TX, Dan Carpy, and Archie FPV. These pilots coming from up and down the country. We have James TX in green representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. We have Dan Carpy in red, I believe, representing Drone Circle. And we have Archie FPV representing Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club from West London. And they are off. All very fast pilots here. You're going to see something special, but as usual, Dan Carpy starts stretching the lead with the red quad. But he's being chased down by Archie. Archie getting chased now by James TX in the green quad. So it is red quad, yellow quad, green quad. And Dan has a bit of a rejection and he's slipped down into the Never Never. Dan is in the backstage. He is lost to the world. We might not be able to find him. So it is just Archie flying around in the yellow quad, James TX in green. Can James get back up and flying? Yes, he can. Archie making beautiful work of the deck chair of doom. Of doom. Just a little touch down there by Archie, but he keeps it together as he goes round to tackle the tower. Beautiful flying. Every now and again, one of Archie's LEDs goes out, but it's not slowing him down at all as he goes up for the star. But we found Dan Carpy. He has returned. He has returned. That's going to probably be the longest lap Dan Carpy's ever done, to be honest. But he'll be looking to improve on it. I don't think I've ever seen him do anything longer than a 20-second lap. So that will be something like 40 seconds, no doubt, we've lost him for. And he just scoots around and overtakes James TX. He's got the pace, Dan Carpy, so quick. But getting rejected by the deck chair lets James TX fly through with his signature smooth style, but Dan can't get through. There's a bit of traffic. James getting out ahead. Dan obviously got twitchy fingers from his trip to the Never Never. They park them in the crash gate at the end of their laps. Nicely done, Dan Carpy. Thank you very much, pilots. Well done. Nice to see Dan Carpy back on stage after he went for a wander. Beautiful crash gate footage there. So as our pilots go and collect their whoops, Archie battling with the big boys. Archie, the youngest pilot here competing at the Lightpool Luminair race. He is just 16 and battling with the big boys. But he started flying whoops when he was just 11 years old, and he came to his first races back in 2021, I believe, which was a Wings and Wheels event further down the country. It was where I first met Archie, and we were battling very close together, having a great race. And now he just leaves me for dust. I cannot keep up with him. He's such a quick pilot, even being so young. So well done, Archie, there, laying down some good times and putting pressure on the current Whoop reigning champion, Dan Carpy. But we have our next pilots ready to go. Please, can you welcome to the stage We have The Han, Scooby Air, Blueprint, and Wong Legend. Nice to see Wong Legend up there and flying. Yep, his LEDs are working. That's a good sign. Beautiful shot of our whoops there, all lit up and on the starting block. Pilots look ready. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are all up and flying. 1, 2, 3, 4 through the star and around to the front door of the tower. And it looks like we have the Han out in front, closely followed by Blueprint, who has to circle back for the deck chair of doom, having got it wrong. Scooby Air goes down on the deck chair. So that gives Han some clean air out in front of him to stretch his lead. No traffic for him, wanting to get the best times possible. The Han, another of our pilots from Drone Circle, where Dan Carpy races, and I got to chat with him a bit yesterday. It seems that Dan Carpy's been giving him tips, and that's why the Han has picked up speed. Again, another pilot who I've enjoyed racing against for a long time, and I just can't keep up with anymore. He's so fast now. Going head to head with Blueprint as they tackle the tower. They are neck and neck going around. Over to the deck chair of doom. It's 1-2, but Blueprint makes a mistake, gets knocked back by the deck chair. So does Scooby Air. They both go down. Can they get up and flying? Blueprint bouncing across the stage there, having to loop back, and honorably takes back control of his quad and tackles that gate perfectly. The Han taking a break on the front of the stage there for some reason. Maybe he needed to adjust his goggles. But he's back on, just has to go back and get that next one. Well done, the Han. Nice clean flying from everyone here. As we ride on board with our pilots, you can see what they see on our quad split. And it's really good fun to see one pilot chasing another in this. You get a real sense of speed when they are going head to head. We ride on board with Scooby Air now, of Birmingham Tiny Whoopers.
Finish your lap and then land.
Now, if you are out there in the pit, if you're out there in the crowd, you can get your hands on a set of goggles to ride on board just like this. As he parks it in the crash gate, what a beautiful shot there with our whoops flying in. Blueprint managed to get around, but just a rejection right at the front there on the timing gate. Going for the crash gate. He gets rejected again. 1 hit, 2 hits. Will he make it through on the third time? This way, that way, that way. Into the crash gate. Well done, Blueprint. Congratulations, pilots, for that wonderful race. Coming into our crash gate hot. Boom, in he comes. Fantastic racing there. Now, these are the third packs that our pilots are putting through their drones. The packs are very, very small. If you want to have a look at how small they are this big. That is how small our batteries are for our pilots. They are just single cell 300 milliamp hour batteries. These batteries only last about 2 minutes at full speed. So when they are out, they are out. They are smaller than, they're about the size of a Duracell battery, but they don't last as long as a Duracell battery. These are the fast drones that they are racing, as you can see on screen now. All lit up in lovely LEDs. These are called Tiny Whoops, and this is what we are racing here today at the Lightpool Luminair race. So as we welcome to the stage our next pilots, please put your hands together for Brummy, KPV, and Dirty McStinky. Our pilots are all plugged in. Goggles are down. Thumbs are up. Let's send them on their way for their
100
third
watts,
race.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
So these pilots, their third pack out now. They'll be looking to get their best times because they'll only have one more chance after this. So really going to be pushing to get their fastest times around our track. But Dirty McStinky goes into the furniture. Is he lost or will he come back out again? Leaving the air open for KPV, zipping around the Blackpool Tower and over to our deck chair. Neatly through that and onto the umbrella, flying the blue quad. Up and over the start line he goes, across the top of the room to the star, around our disco ball and onto the tower again, and then completing a lap very quick. KPV from the Delta Hawks team in the Midlands near Derby usually flies 5-inch drones, so that means the propellers are 5 inches in diameter. They are much bigger than these little whoops, but KPV's happy as he slams it home into the crash gate. He's happy with his times, leaving Brummy to circle round on his own. Nice clean air for Brummy here. Under the umbrella and across the deck chair. Yes, KPV usually flying 5-inch drones. They're about the size of a dinner plate and they weigh about 500 grams, about half a kilo. So they weigh about 10 times as much as our little whoops
Finish
here.
your lap and then land.
As Brummy comes round, parks it in the crash gate.
Race
Excellent
over.
flight, pilots. Thank you very much. Let's go and have a quick chat with Dirty McStinky there. Come down to the front of the stage with me. Dirty, you seem to get a little bit lost there. What happened?
I got stuck in the netting just there, unfortunately, trying to get through the deck chair of doom.
Oh no, the deck chair of doom claiming another pilot. So you're flying very, very fast here. You're one of our fastest pilots. How do you practice flying?
Well, club nights. So when we go to club nights, we try and come up with tracks that are really tricky or really simple. And through those sort of training sessions, you get to know the track elements. Most of them are the same in some aspects because of race lines, flow lines and things like that. But after a while, you kind of it becomes muscle memory, really.
Yeah, so when you're setting out tracks, what are your favourite features to fly around?
Oh God, there's so many. There's like they've got a track where it's a 3-stack gate and you come around to it, you do a spin into one, drop down into the other, then a corkscrew over to get back through.
So you like lots of looping track features like this, going up and around things, or do you like going really fast?
A mix. So
A mix.
a track has to have a mix. It has to have fast elements and it has to have tricky elements. If it's just open and fast, you'll do the track really quickly.
Yeah, anybody can go fast, full throttle, and you can go fast, but it's all about finding the nice lines around and mixing it up.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I hope the track here it fits your bill. Do you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. It flows really well. It's just the deck chair of doom seems to be catching everybody
The deck
out.
chair of doom. In the crowd, please give us a deck chair of doom. So hopefully no more rejections on the deck chair of doom, and we get some fast times down from you.
One more pack left, so I've got to send it.
One more pack, got to send it on the next one. So we'll see you shortly.
Yep.
Fantastic. Talk to you again. Let's welcome to the stage our next pilots up. Please welcome. We have Gen X FPV. We have Cruise FPV and Jaggers. Pilots making themselves comfy, getting their goggles down.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And a crash already for Jaggers. It goes down again, the lights go out. That might be him. He is out of range. Behind the gate somewhere. I think it's on the floor. I don't think he'll be flying again with us on this race. What a shame. Jaggers having a few problems, it seems, with his whoops. Nervous fingers, and this is his third run out, so he's got one more chance after this, and that's it. But that leaves the air open for Cruise and Gen X as we go on board. Cruise with a beautiful HD video going around the Blackpool Tower. What a wonderful video he's got going through the deck chair of doom, but just misses that gate. Gonna have to circle back for it. There we go. Wonderfully done. Now flying on board with Gen X, checking out his view as he goes through the deck chair of doom, nicely looped, going up and over the start gate. You see the difference between the video systems now. Gen X running the old school analog video. There are pros and cons to each of these. The HD video is heavier and therefore slows you down a bit. This analog video is, there we are. This analog video is lighter to fly with. It's a much older technology, but that means it is lighter. So his drone is lightweight, fast, like a Formula One car. It looks like we've also lost Cruise, so we've got Jaggers on the floor out of play. We've got Cruise on the floor out of play. No video of him. Oh, is he back? Wow, video is gone. He's all gone. What's going on? Gen X still flying. The only one still flying. Finishing off his lap now as the batteries get saggy. We'll see him just take a tumble under the umbrella. Really struggling. It looks like his battery's dying. Like I say, these tiny little batteries can't quite make it. He's going for the trash gate and can't quite make it there. What a shame. All over the place with these pilots who are trying to push it. Please give them a round of applause, pushing these things to the limit. Jaggers drone ending up on the stage to his right. Oh, it looks like someone in the pits has collected your whoop for you, which is very nice of them. But you can't win a race if you end up crashing. All three pilots having a terrible time bouncing around the track here. Hopefully we will see them again for their last pack. And when we're talking about the packs, we didn't have the video going last time. Here is the battery that they are racing with. It is a tiny little single cell battery. They're very cheap, but they don't last very long. The batteries are very, very small, but very, very powerful. These things can go for a long time when they're big, but being so small, that's all you get. You get 2 minutes to fly around to get your best times. So I think that is the end of 3 races for all of our pilots. Our next pilots are ready to come out on stage, so please can you welcome. We have James TX, we have Dan Carpy, and we have Archie FPV. This will be the last outing for our pilots, the fourth qualifying race. They're looking to get their fastest 2 consecutive laps to put them on the leaderboard, which will seed them into our finals. So pilots are ready to fly.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Dan Carpy with his signature speed off the line, being chased by Archie, who bounces into the very top of the tower. Not many people crash into the tower. I mean, it's massive and lit up. How do you hit that? Seriously. Dan Carpy taking a tumble, but keeping it in the air, being able to reset quick enough that he is flying before he hits the ground. Archie getting tangled in the furniture, leaving space for the green quad of James TX to come across to the deck chair of doom under the umbrella and on to the start. Finish straight, up and over he goes, up to the star. But Dan just clipping the deck chair of doom. It is a complex movement he's got to do there, and it's tricking a few of our pilots. I think a few too many beers last night might be clouding his judgment. Is he going to be able to fly as fast as he was yesterday, or is he going to get pipped to the post by our other pilots? We will find out. But if you fancy flying like this, you can do it. You can get involved and fly these craft today here at the Globe Theatre. All you have to do is pop upstairs. Go out into the foyer, pop upstairs, and you can get your hands on drones just like this. They're the same size, the same weight, at our Try and Fly event run by the British Drone Racing Association. The BDRA are here offering free flying for anybody who wants to try it out. But Dan taking a massive tumble across the stage as we talk about them. Don't worry, if you fancy flying, you can crash them around as much as you like. Dan Carpy stuck in the Never Never. Can he recover? He looks like he's stuck between something. Can he get out? That's a complicated place to get stuck. It looks like he might have to get rescued by a backstage minion.
Finish your lap and then land.
Leaving space for James TX to fly and finish off his lap. Oh, just getting rejected by the umbrella. As he lines up again to finish off his lap, he's going to come around across the bottom of the deck chair, up and over our cameraman, up to the star, down around to the front of the stage and into our crash gate. Well done,
Race
pilots. Over. Fantastically flown. Please put their hands together as they come down and collect their whoops. That was the last time they had a chance to fly and get qualifying times on the board. So let's have a look at those qualifying times. Let's see what Dan Carpy has done. Is he going to be top of the board still? No. KPV has pipped him to the post. Dan Carpy slipped down into second for the first time at this racing event at the Lightpool Luminair in Blackpool. He is in second place. No, he just beat him. Sorry, I've had an update live from our race director. He's just pipped KPV. Really close. There is only 0.6 of a second. 0.6 of a second, just over half a second faster than KPV. But KPV will be coming out soon. We'll see if he does better. First, though, please welcome to stage our next pilots. We have the Hand from Drones Circle. We have Scooby Air from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. We have Blueprint from Tiny Whoop Staffordshire. And we have One Legend, also representing Drone Circle. This will be the last time these pilots get to fly to qualify. Is Wong Legend's whoop connected? He's connected. Good thumbs up from Wong Legend. Our pilots look happy on the starting line. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the start. It is the Han leading the pack with Blueprint chasing him down, but Wong Legend goes for a tumble. It's ended up in the net, but he's back up. Wong Legend starting his lap now as he takes on the tower. It looks like Blueprint has just popped in front of the Han, but a rejection on the deck chair of Doom slows him down, letting the Han get out ahead. A big tumble for Scooby Air there as he drops all the way to the deck. From the star, he's going to have to take it again. There he goes, nicely done. Blueprint taking a tumble across the stage as we ride on board with all of our pilots now. But not only can you have a go with whoops like this here today, you can also start with the hottest, newest drone sport in the UK. It is drone soccer. As you'll see, all of our pilots here doing their absolute best not to crash into anything. In drone soccer, it's the exact opposite. You can crash into as many things as you like. In fact, the idea of drone soccer is to bash your opponents out of the way so that they can't score a goal at your end of the field. That's right. With drone soccer, it is five-a-side football in the air with drones. And you can give a go with that today at the Lightpool Luminair race. Upstairs in the gallery, the drone soccer team are here giving a go to anybody who wants to try out for this brand new sport. Our pilots are pushing it as fast as they can.
Finish your lap and then land.
But that's their time. They're going to have to finish these laps, make them good, make them clean, make them fast, and see where you end up on the leaderboard. Blueprint and Scooby Air both having trouble with the umbrella, and they touch as they go through the deck chair, both having to reset. Scooby getting lost in the furniture. Blueprint crashing into the deck chair again. Can they finish off these laps? May not be the fastest ones after all these crashes, but I know they're doing their absolute best. Wong Legend going down hard in the netting. Can he extricate himself from that? Yes, he can. He's up. So 1, 2, 3 whoops in the crash gate. 4
Race
whoops. Well done, pilots. Fantastic flying. Please put a hands together for them. The friendly rivalry between all of our pilots here at the Luminair Illuminations drone race. Everybody wants to go fast. Everybody wants to get that top spot. And we saw that KPV has the speed. Dirty McStinky wants to chase him down as well. Archie's there too. We will see who gets to the top spot because I know he can do it. But coming out onto stage now, will he be able to beat him? We'll be finding out shortly. Please welcome Brummy, KPV and Dirty McStinky. So the pilots are looking comfortable. Their last time out on track.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
These pilots, some of the fastest, looking to chase their rival down Carpi. KPV and Dirty McStinky, both incredibly fast pilots, zipping around our tower as Brummy sits on the floor. He can't fly. He's up. Brummy's up and flying again. Resetting for the deck chair of doom. Both KPV and Dirty McStinky taking nice, clean, flowing lines. It's all about being consistent. No taps, but KPV goes down just as I say that. Can he get back up? Can he recover fast enough to get a good time? He's going to have to make it quick because Dirty McStinky is making this clean and controlled all the way around to the tower. But a rejection on the tower rod goes down. Will that cost him that lap? Will he get another 2 consecutive fast ones? So Dirty McStinky looking to get these last couple of laps in. How fast can he go? Brummy chasing down his best laps. He's certainly got faster over this race. Lot smoother flying going around the back of the tower there. Dirty McStinky, one of our pilots from the Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club, but just takes a tumble. His lights have gone out. He's under the tower. That looks like he's out. Yes, the rainbow doom. No
Finish your
battery
lap
for
and then land.
Dirty McStinky. He flew that right down to the end. He sacrificed a battery to the gods of Whoop. So, what will that do? Brummy's going to finish off his lap into the crash gate.
Race over.
Well done, pilots. Fantastic. So I'm going to pop down to the front there and have a chat with our pilot, KPV. KPV, come to the front here, have a chat with me. Because you and Dirty McStinky are both very fast pilots. Dirty, stay up here as well. Sorry. Oh, it's okay. His battery's very unhappy. So, KPV, what do you reckon? How do you reckon you've done? Because you were for a moment there faster than the fastest Whoop pilot in the UK.
Well, it felt like a couple of good laps back to back. So I think that's better than my previous time.
Yeah, you were absolutely flying around there. You had, at the beginning of that final run, you had a good couple of back-to-back laps, and then it looked like you got a little caught up on a few things.
Yeah, I only needed the first 2, so I was happy. I was tempted to land then because it was just going too well. So I don't really care about the crash on the 3rd lap. That's fine.
Okay, that's it. Because your fastest 2 consecutive laps is what we're aiming for. 2 quick laps, and that will put you up at the top of the leaderboard. Do you reckon you're up there?
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm happy with 2nd. I'm happy anywhere in the top 5, to be honest.
We will see shortly. Let's get the scores on the doors. Thank you very much, KPV. We'll talk to you again later. Let's see the scores on the doors. Where have our pilots come? The times are just being tabulated, corroborated, and checked by our race director to give us our qualifying leaderboard. There is our leaderboard, and we have KPV has indeed made top place. We have KPV in first. Big round of applause for KPV. Pushing the fastest Whoop pilot down into 2nd position, Dan Carpy. 3rd is Dirty McStinky, even after running that battery right down into the ground. He made 3rd place. Archie's in 4th. James TX in 5th. Scooby Air in 6th. The Han in 7th. Wong Legend in 8th. We have Blueprint in 9th. Making top 10 for Blueprint is a great improvement from yesterday. Jaggers just getting the 10th place. Gen X in 11th, Brummy in 12th, and Cruise FPV in 13th. So, big round of applause for our pilots qualifying. Very well done, pilots. So, whilst our pilots are now put into our finals structure, let's have a look at our track, because we have some fantastic models here brought to you by the Illuminations team here in Blackpool. They have very kindly brought this fantastic collection for us to fly around and entertain you all. We have the Blackpool Tower, of course. This tower, when they said we could fly around the Blackpool Tower, I was like, really? We're so close to an airport, you can't do that. And they're like, no, it's fine. We have a model of the Blackpool Tower. I was like, okay, a model, that's fine. And then they showed me the model, and it comes in 2 halves, and both halves of the model are taller than me. It is 6 meters tall here, one of the biggest models we have ever flown around at a drone race. So fantastic to have that there. Of course, one of the models that's causing a big problem for our pilots is the deck chair of doom. Out in the audience, can you give me a deck chair of doom? the deck chair of doom. One of the most complex features here today is causing pilots to get caught up. Now, these hoops that you see them flying through are completely custom made. You can in fact make these hoops at home. It is 3D printed parts and cheap plastic conduits you can get from B&Q, Wix, Screwfix, places like that. So you can go on to Thingiverse or Printables and look for the Killer Quads Conduit Whoop Gate Project, which is a nice, easy thing to remember. But in case you don't want to have to remember that, you can pop onto our website, btwclub.co.uk, and you can get a link there to go and find the Whoopgate project. It is a fantastic project that's been going for about probably 8 or 9 years now. A huge Lego collection of parts that you can make all of these lovely gates here at home. Send a whoop round and race in your living room. You can turn your living room into a drone racing track. You can go around the chairs, through a couple of hoops, under the cat, past mum doing the washing up in the kitchen sink. And once you've got your whoop set up, you can fly around anything. So we also have a nice umbrella to go with our deck chair beach theme here at the Blackpool race. And I was also told in Blackpool you have the biggest disco ball in the world. And I was like, we've got to fly around that. With all the sparkly lights and all the LEDs, we have to fly around the disco ball. But that wouldn't roll through the back door, and if we did, it would break all of the mirrors. So they gave us this disco ball here, which is our representation of your disco ball at Blackpool. So that is our track. Let's have a look at the finals structure that we're going to be running through shortly. In drone racing, we use a final structure called double eliminations. This means pilots have 2 lives. If they lose the first race, that's okay. They will go into an elimination side. So on the right of your screen, you will see the winner's side. These are the first races we're going to run through. Every pilot will race once. If they come in first or second, they win. If they come in third or fourth, they lose a life, and we will catch up with them later. So from now on, it is not about how fast they can go around the track. It is not about their timing. It is about the position they come. So you don't want to crash. You want to get around as quick as possible. No crashes. Be in position 1 and 2. If you come in 3 or 4, you lose a life, and we will catch up with you later. So once they have raced their first races, they will progress towards the championship race. That is the one they're all aiming for. The pilots all want to end up in the gold box there. That is how you're going to be winning the trophy. So, without further ado, let's get on with our racing. Can I have a big cheer from the audience for our pilots? Coming up in race number 1, we have Archie, FPV, Scooby Air, and Gen X, FPV. Pilots taking their whoops up to the starting line. And we also have Cruise FPV joining us. Oh, quick replug by Archie. There we are, he's up on the sighting line. Nice and quickly done, well done chaps. Our first 4 pilots, remember, first and second place is all that we'll do. Third and fourth will lose you a life. Let's see who's going up, let's see who's going down.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through the star they go, around our disco ball and onto the tower. It looks like Archie in the lead with the yellow quad as he comes across to the deck chair of doom. Who's next? A rejection on the deck chair. Another rejection on the deck chair. Letting Archie get that clear out ahead of the pack, with Scooby Air following him. So it's Archie, Scooby Air, Gen X and Cruise. Archie nice and smoothly going, but he's got pressure from Scooby. Archie turning up the heat there. Scooby's just going for a nice smooth run in second place. He's comfy. Archie way out ahead with a nice smooth run as well. So it is Cruise and Gen X battling in position. They're going to have to catch Scooby if they don't want to get eliminated. Archie completing his 3 laps, heading over to the crash gate. Cruise joining him. Scooby still on a second lap. Has he done 2 or 3 laps? We'll find out from our race director shortly. I thought he was in there. We have 1 pilot missing. That's 3 pilots in the crash gate, but they're
Race
all
over.
down. That is a race complete. Congratulations, pilots. As Scooby Air gets caught up on our crash gate. A beautiful shot there. It looks like Gen X is caught. He's found his way out and he's over in the crash gate. Congratulations. Well done for finding your whoop. We don't like losing them here under the stage because it's all dusty down there. Nicely done, pilot. So it looks like Archie was in first. But I'm going to need confirmation from the race director. Listening into the race director as he sorts out the pilots to check that the right number of laps were done, that nothing was flown incorrectly. The tension is palpable. Will it be Cruise? Will it be Scooby? Will it be Gen X? Who will be joining Archie on the winner's side? So I have just had confirmation from the race director. If we look on our screen, you will see who goes through and who loses a life. We have Archie came in first, Scooby Air in second, and Gen X and Cruise unfortunately will be losing a life and we'll be catching up with them later. That's 1 life lost. They're not out yet. They could battle their way back, but we'll have to find out later because up next, we have race number 2. Please welcome to the stage our pilots, Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Wong Legend. So our pilots getting lined up there, all to play for. Wong Legend having problem with his whoop again. Will he lose a life just because of a technical? Note from the race director, pilots, you want to go and unplug, please? The race director needs to sort something out in the background, so just unplug your whoops so they don't cook on the starting line and get a fresh battery ready. That would be great. So while our pilots are getting a new battery for their quads and the race director sorting out his timing software, we are going to chat about one of the other things you can do here today at the Lightpool Illuminations race, Luminair in Blackpool. Blackpool, Lightpool, Luminair drone race. Many, many things. In Blackpool, you can have another go on some more things brought to you. You can get your hands on drones, you can get your hands on drone soccer, and the BMFA have brought our simulators down so you can fly all sorts of different models. You can fly planes, you can fly helicopters, you can fly whoops, you can fly 5-inch, X-Class, the lot. If you want to go at flying a drone and you don't want to worry about crashing, you can go out into the foyer, link up with the BMFA, and fly to your heart's content in complete safety. They have brought their simulators along completely free for you to join in with us flying here at the Luminair Lightpool drone race. But that's not all. If you like what you see here, if you like drone racing and you want to give it a go, pop upstairs, because we have the British Drone Racing Association, the BDRA.UK if you want to find them online. That is the heart of drone racing in the UK. They run the national championships, and they are the place to find out where all your local clubs are. They have a map on their website where you can check out all the local clubs and find out the nearest one with you. If you want to pop down to one of those, they're all very friendly people who will help you get up and flying. And they have brought along with us drones that you can try here today at Luminair Lightpool. You can get your hands on whoops just like these. You can go out there, plug a battery in and fly to your heart's content behind a net in nice safety. These little drones here, these are what we are racing, covered in LEDs. They have drones just like these that you can fly today at the Luminair race. So check out the BDRA stand up in the try and fly zone upstairs. But it looks like our race director might have sorted everything out. So if the pilots want to plug in their drones, we will get them flying. So just adding to a little bit of tension for the pilots there. These are the races that count. First and second will do. Third is not good enough. Let's see who
Arm your
wins
quads,
and who loses.
starting on the tone in less than 5.
They are up. And a little bit of a tap sends Dave McStinky having to reset for that star. So one of our fastest pilots having to catch the rest of them. It is the Han in first, with Wong Legend in second and Dirty McStinky in third. But he's already taken Wong Legend as he gets caught up on the deck chair of doom, claiming Dirty McStinky as well. Both of them need to reset. The Han way out ahead with nice clean air has got a comfortable lead in first. But Dirty McStinky, one of our fastest pilots, starting to chase him down. Wong Legend stuck under the umbrella. Can he get up and running? The Han has just come round and lapped Wong Legend, so the Han out in first. Comfortable lead as Dirty McStinky tries to chase him down in second. Wong Legend sitting in the elimination spot. He's going to have to shimmy if he wants to catch them, otherwise he's going to lose a life. But the Han goes down. Is he down? He's down somewhere. He's losing his first place as Dirty McStinky comes up and over to start another lap. Dirty McStinky goes into first. The Han lost in the Never Never. Does that mean Wong Legend will be able to take second? Dirty McStinky takes first, but the Han is up. Is Wong Legend going to take it? He's got one more lap to do because the Han, I think, is on his final lap. He just needs to finish this before Wong Legend. Can he do it? Up to the star, it's a battle between the Han and Wong Legend. The Han comes round, finishes his lap into the crash gate just in time. As he crosses the crash gate, it looks like the Han has got second place and secured himself a winning spot. Wong Legend finishing off his lap now. We're going to have to check that with the race director. Little bounce off the net there as he lines up. He knows he's in third. He's going to the crash gate. Well done, pilots. Fantastic race. Let's check in with our race director, because I'm not sure who did the right number of laps. Let's have a look. From Dirty McStinky. Dirty McStinky came in first. I've just had confirmation from the race director. It was the Han in second, keeping himself alive. Going through, the Wong Legend unfortunately loses a life and drops into our redemption bracket. So as our pilots collect their whoops, it is unfortunate to see Wong Legend having to lose a life, but that's not the end of the world. There is 2 lives in double eliminations. You have 2 chances. He's just lost one of his chances. He has 1 more to go. We'll catch up with him later, but beautiful flying from the hand there, calm and collected all the way through. And then unfortunately, on his last lap, he just got caught up and disappeared somewhere behind the furniture. Luckily, one of our minions managed to reach down and grab him, pop him back up onto stage, and he was able to just about finish his lap before Wong Legend could catch him. Wong Legend getting caught up under our umbrella there, cost him a lot of time. So he was just unable to catch the Han. The Han very, very fast from Drone Circle, getting his top tips for racing from Dan Carpy, the legend himself, also known as Oven Ready Dan Carpy. And if you know where that's from, then you are a true whoop aficionado. Our pilots are just swapping channels, sorting themselves out backstage. So as you can see on our double eliminations tree, we can see where we're up to with those 2 races and who goes through. Check out your screen now. We've had race 1 and 2. You can see the little cups there for our winners. They have progressed through into race 5. So they will be battling again shortly. These are our winners, places 1 and 2. They're working their way towards the championships. We're now moving on to race 3. And coming out onto stage shortly, we will be welcoming Dan Carpy, James TX, and Jaggers. So our pilots getting themselves ready, making sure they are ready to take on this track in a race that counts. First and second will do. Third is no good. Some very quick pilots here you're about to see.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And the lights are out for one of our pilots. It looks like Dan Carpy's drone has lost all of its LEDs, so he's flying blind. Or is that Jaggers? No, it is Jaggers. Jaggers has lost his LEDs. The invisible whoop is Jaggers because Dan Carpy in red is screeching around our track with James TX chasing him down. Jaggers goes down hard in the furniture, but he's back up and running. We've got Dan Carpy leading the pack, James TX hot on his tail, and Jaggers somewhere in the mix, zipping around invisibly. We're gonna have to see where he ends up at the end because I don't know how many laps he's done. But Dan Carpy, our whoop reigning champion, just bounces off the invisible line and goes down hard, but he's back up and flying very quick. That won't have lost him much time at all because James TX is on his tail now. He is just one feature behind him. James TX goes into the crash gate, completing his 3 laps. Dan Carpy doesn't know how many laps he's done. Is he carrying on? Is he stopping? Is James TX finished? We don't know. The invisible whoop is also in there somewhere. Dan Carpy confident he's done his laps. The invisible whoop finishing off his line. 1, 2, and 3 whoops into the crash gate. That's going to need to go to race director to check who is in the correct positions. And as they walk down to collect their whoops, the finishing positions have been confirmed. Dan Carpy gets first. He just decided to carry on another lap, but he gets first, Dan Carpy. James TX coming in second. They maintain their lives. We've
Race
got
over.
Jaggers, unfortunately, invisible Jaggers losing his LEDs, going into third place and losing a life. But it's not over for him yet, because we will catch up with him later. So if we welcome to the stage our next pilots to battle their way through, we have KPV from Delta Hawks, Blueprint from Tiny Whoop Staffordshire, and Brummy from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. So KPV are one of the fastest pilots, chasing down Dan Carpy. We saw how well he did in qualifying. Oh, we've got a person missing from our lineup on stage, no worries. Our pilots are here in person, and we'd much rather see their lovely faces as they settle into their pilot chairs, shake out the nerves. Brummy just bringing into focus his goggles. He's ready to go. Pilots, first and second is where you want to be. Third will get you
Arm your quads,
eliminated.
starting on the tone in less than 5.
A beautifully fast start by KPV, but he goes down hard. So Blueprint and Brummy all to play for. Blueprint in the red drone, Brummy with the white drone. KPV having to reset. Now he's on the chase. He's in the drop zone. He's got to chase down these two pilots and not make too many mistakes. Will the pressure get him? He just missed a gate there. Goes back for it. Beautifully done. Still in third position, but he's just overtaken Brummy. He's in second. That puts him into the winners thing. So we've got Blueprint in first in the red drone. KPV in second, chasing down Blueprint for the top spot. Brummy, unfortunately, slipping down into the elimination zone. He's just been caught up by the deck chair of doom. Everyone, the deck chair of doom strikes again. And Blueprint quite comfortably up and running, takes back first position as KPV is upside down on his head. He's stuck. Can he reset? He's back up. Yes, he can. What he can do is flick his remote control into something called turtle mode. That lets him self-right and get back up and flying. So it is Blueprint out in first, KPV in second, with Brummy in third. Brummy's going to have to turn up the heat if he wants to avoid that drop zone. But he's fighting hard to catch Blueprint, but it's not quite good enough. Blueprint takes first place, lands in the crash gate. KPV's coming in second. Round the star, round the disco ball, across the line and into the net goes KPV for second, leaving Brummy unfortunately in the drop position, losing a life, just finishing off his lap. He goes into the crash gate.
Race over.
In third position, unfortunately losing a life there. So Blueprint in first place, faster than KPV in second, and Brummy losing a life there. Let's pop down to the front and have a chat with Blueprint. Fantastic flying there, Blueprint. Please come up and stand next to me here.
No way, I thought I was going to win that. I thought I was well out of that one.
KPV is a fast pilot.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I thought he was going to absolutely cane it past.
Top qualifying pilot, and you beat him. You were ranked in 9th in our qualification, and you went up against the fastest pilot qualifying today. How does that feel?
Yeah, no, pretty nice. It's my second race of the year, so that's quite fun to have a race against someone who's a lot faster than me.
Yeah, he's a very fast pilot, KPV, and that just goes to show that when you are racing, if you crash and go down, if you waste time rolling around on the floor, you are going to lose places. But he was just fast enough. Did you feel the pressure coming up behind you?
Oh yeah, I think that was my only advantage, that he crashed. So I managed to just have a nice set of clean laps. So I think I crashed a couple of times on the deck chair of doom, but other than that, I think it was quite clean, which managed to literally get me into first place. I think more luck than anything. Luck and skill.
A little bit of luck came into play there, but you came in first place, which progresses you on our leaderboard. So thank you very much, Blueprint from Tiny Whip, Staffordshire. We'll see you in the winner's circle next. So let's take a look at our scores on the doors on our double eliminations tree and what that means for our next pilots up. We've run races 1 to 4. All of our pilots have raced. The winners in positions 1 and 2 now go through to races 5 and 6. So please welcome to the stage our next pilots looking to make more progress towards that championship. We have Archie FPV. We have Scooby Air. We have no pilots coming out onto stage. But that's okay, because they will be here soon. No problem. Our pilots are going to change their channels and we will have them coming out shortly. So from left to right we have Dirty McStinky. He is one of our pilots from Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club down in West London. Also with Archie FPV, these guys both down there in West London racing together, both incredibly fast pilots. I first met Archie FPV at a Wings and Wheels event in the summer. We have Scooby Air from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, so I'm a little bit biased there on who I want to win. We all need to shout for Scooby Air. And we have the Han from Drone Circle in Macclesfield near Manchester. But our pilots are now here plugged in and taking their seats on the pilot line. The pressure's real. These are the winners from the last races. So looking to maintain their lives.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
They are up and running, and Archie's the first to cross the star, but Dirty McStinky takes first place from him immediately. Dirty McStinky in the multicolour quad coming across for the deck chair of doom, with Archie in second, the Han in third, and Scooby Air in fourth. It is Dirty McStinky going up to the star with Archie right on his tail. There is one gate between them as they both circle the Blackpool Tower and come across to the deck chair of doom. But the Han is not far behind them, with Scooby Air coming in fourth. They are sitting in the elimination zone. They're about to lose a life, but Scooby Air goes down on the deck chair of doom. He self-rights and he's back up and flying again, losing a little bit of time. But still out in first, we have Dirty McStinky under the umbrella, back across the deck chair of doom, up over the start to the star in the sky. He's pushed out a lead now quite comfortably ahead of Archie in second. Both of these pilots making nice, smooth lines. Archie is done into the crash gate. Does that mean Dirty's done more laps than he needs to? Because the Han is also in the crash gate with 3 laps done. The Han and Archie are in the crash gate. Scooby Air coming around under the umbrella, unfortunately in fourth position, will finish off his lap. Round to the star. Across the line and into the crash gate. 1, 2, 3, 4 pilots. Scooby Air completely missing that gigantic picture frame of crash gate somehow and ending up in backstage. So I've just had it confirmed from the race director that Dirty McStinky did his 3 laps but decided he was having so much fun he wanted to do another one. So Dirty McStinky comes in first place, secures his movement on towards the championship. Joining him there will be Archie FPV in second. And unfortunately, losing a life from this race will be the Han and Scooby Air. Scooby, Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, you're letting the team down. No, I'm joking. One of my favourite pilots, Scooby Air, a really helpful chap, always brings a soldering iron to our meets in Birmingham, and he usually ends up soldering something back together for one of our pilots, one of our long reigning pilots at Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, being very helpful with fixing other people's quads there and joining us here today at the Luminair Lightpool race. He was up against a very tough crowd of pilots in that one, all of them very, very fast. So to see him go out and do his best is great. I don't want to put too much pressure on him because you don't want to put too much pressure on these pilots. You want them to do well. But we are ready for our next race. Please, can you welcome to the stage our pilots, Dan Carpy, James TX, Blueprint, and KPV. Blueprint from one of our newest drone racing clubs in the UK, Tiny Whoop Staffordshire, looking to make a mark up against these titans of drone racing. He did very well against KPV in the last race, so we'll see if he can do the same again. So our pilots are looking ready. Let's send them on their way. First
Arm your
and second
quads.
is where you want to be.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. Absolutely jumping off the... Jumping off the line is Dan Carpy, who gets rejected by the deck chair of doom. So does... Oh my god, all of the pilots are going down all over the place. Dan Carpy's down. Can he get back up? He looks like he's stuck. They're stuck together. Two of them, both of them trapped on the deck chair of doom. That is a terrible result, but Dan Carpy's up and running. It looks like KPV is stuck on the deck chair. No, it's James TX. James TX is stuck sideways. That cannot be good for flying. So we have Dan Carpy out in front, KPV and Blueprint chasing them down. KPV goes down. Blueprint still flying, chasing down Dan Carpy. Who is going to get these positions 1 and 2? It's all about to be decided. We've got the end of Dan Carpy's lap. I'm sure he's done 3 now. He's so fast. Just Dan Carpy and Blueprint flying as he goes into the crash gate. First position, Dan Carpy. Blueprint still flying. He looks like he's going to have another lucky lap with other people crashing. He might be taking second position here. We've got Blueprint coming around. Please give a round of applause for Blueprint taking second position from KPV and James TX. Maintaining his lucky streak with other pilots going down. Making an incredible mark there. Let's pop out to have a chat with our pilots. It looks like, James, come and have a chat with me at the front here. Because James TX, one of our fastest pilots from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, I've got my hopes pinned on you. What happened in that race?
I don't know. It's that deck chair. It's cursed.
The deck chair of doom is cursed. It claims another pilot. How did you get caught up in it?
So I sort of landed sideways between the fabric and the side of the frame. So no matter which way I kind of turned the propellers, I couldn't get back up again. I was stuck.
That's unfortunate, because if you land on your head, you can get out of that. Am I right?
Yeah. So if all the propellers are kind of free to spin, then you're good. But if any one of them is stuck, or you're stuck under something that's not moving, then yeah, you're done.
Well, unfortunately, that cost you the race, that crash. It was a real shame. So you lose a life, unfortunately, but you've got 1 life remaining. So we will see you again in the redemption bracket shortly. Let's hope you don't have another unlucky crash like that.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Right. Round of applause for James TX and KPV. Unfortunately, they've lost a life. But if we look at our double eliminations tree, we can see where our pilots are coming next, because the winners of that, Dan Carpy and Blueprint, have moved forwards to race number 7. These are the winners of the winners of the winners. This will be a fast one. This will be like maybe something we've seen in the champion finals. We'll see. This might be a precursor. You might be getting a look into the future here. So can we please welcome to the stage our pilots for race number 7, looking to get into that championship slot. Please put your hands together for Dirty McStinky, Archie FPV, Blueprint, and Dan Carpy. Some very quick pilots here from up and down the country, representing tiny whoop clubs that you can go and join in with. As our pilots settle down, taking a deep breath. If you want to ride on board with these pilots, come and grab some FPV goggles from the front because these will be quick. Pilots a thumbs up, let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And Blueprint just hops off the line, eager to get going. But Dan Carpy with the blue drone is out in front, chased by Archie FPV and Dirty McStinky with the multicolors. So Blueprint's going to have to catch him up, but Dirty McStinky goes down, letting Blueprint come into third position. So Dirty is down. I haven't seen him get back up. That might be him out. So Blueprint's just got to make one more position because currently Dan Carpy's in first, but a tumble lets Archie sneak into first place. Dan Carpy slips into second with Blueprint chasing him down, but Dirty McStinky is back up and running. It is Archie with the yellow quad in first, with Dan Carpy with the blue quad in second, with Dirty McStinky in fourth. Even though he's right next to them, he's got a whole lap to make up. He's got to chase down Blueprint in the red drone in third position. Blueprint's just got to do a nice clean lap because the pressure is on for Archie and Dan Carpy. They're neck and neck as they go around, but it is Dan Carpy just about beating Archie across the line into the crash gate. So for bragging rights, can Dirty McStinky track down Blueprint? Has he got the speed to take a whole lap out? It looks like he has. He's just got in front of Blueprint. Unfortunately, getting caught up on the umbrella, Blueprint slips down into fourth. Dirty McStinky claims second. And as he finishes off his lap, please put your hands together for Blueprint as he comes across the line, finishing his lap.
Race over.
What an incredible race there. Some fast pilots going down, but it is Dan Carpy in first place. Archie in second, comfortably going to sit in the championship position. Unfortunately, that means Dirty McStinky and Blueprint lose a life, but they are not out yet. They have one life left. That's the first race they have lost a life, so they will be sitting pretty quite high up our double eliminations table. If we go and have a look at what that means and who's up next, check out our double eliminations table. We're going to move over to the right-hand side of the screen. Now we're looking at race number 8 in the top right. These are pilots that lost a life earlier in the race. They are going to use up one more life now. This is the only chance they get. If they don't come in first or second, they lose a life and they are out. That's it. That's all you'll see of them today, folks. So, with our pilots getting things ready behind stage, getting them all plugged in, batteries charged, and on to the next race, we are going to welcome to the stage our next pilots. But before that, let me tell you what else you can get involved with here at the Luminair Lightpool drone race, because if you think you can fly these drones, then you're in luck. You can give it a go here. Not only can you give it a go, but you can experience FPV, first person view. And what that means is the goggles that the pilots are wearing, these are our first person view goggles. Inside here are some screens, and they show the video that comes from our drones. The little camera on the front there sends wireless video almost instantaneously back to the pilot's goggles, and that is how they're flying. And if you are ready, if you are here with us in the studio, you can get your hands on some goggles like this, courtesy of Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, down at the FPV Hot Laps at the front of the stage. So if you want to ride along with the pilots and experience first-person view for the first time, grab a pair of goggles and ride along with our pilots, because they are ready to come out now and battle their way to try and stay in this competition. Please welcome to the stage our pilots racing next. We have Gen X FPV, Cruise FPV, and Wong Legend.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. 1, 2, and 3 up to the scar. They are neck and neck through there. Gen X, Cruise FPV, and Wong Legend all battling side by side as they go round the tower. It is neck and neck, and hard to tell. They're very evenly matched pilots, neatly through the deck chair of doom, but it looks like Cruise has gone down, leaving Wong Legend and Gen X to fly up to the star neck and neck, but a rejection off the star. Let's Gen X go through. So we've got small red drone out in front, followed by the green drone. The big red drone goes down. Is he stuck in amongst the cables? We are on board now with our current race leader as he goes round the tower. He's made up a place, but can he keep it? Because the battery is screaming. He's running out of power. It's looking low and he goes down. He's on his head, but can he recover? Because he's ceded his position. First and second pilots now coming over, because our first place riding on board with Cruise FPV as he's comfortably ahead, coming around to finish off his lap into the crash gate, beautifully parked. The rainbow says he's done. And coming across the line now, just
Race
missing
over.
the crash gate and parking on the floor. Waiting for an update from our race director. It looks like pilots going over to collect their whoops, making sure we know who's first, and confirmation comes through from the race director. It is Cruise FPV in first, keeping himself alive, and joining him in the next race will be Gen X FPV. They'll be heading straight back up to the top of our stage, ready to race again. Wong Legend, unfortunately, having some trouble there and slipping down into third place. He loses a life. He is out. That is his 2 lives spent. So we won't be seeing any more from Wong Legend. So please put your hands together for Wong Legend, our pilots racing and dropping out of our double eliminations. Our pilots, Cruise FPV and Gen X, comfortably going through in first and second position, staying alive to fly immediately again. We're going to be moving on. So checking out our double eliminations tree, let's see what the scores on the boards are as we move to race number 10. Race number 10 here on the elimination side. They've got 1 life left. Again, racing will be Cruise and Gen X, but joining them shortly, we will have the Han and Scooby Air. They're all flying to stay alive. This is their last chance saloon. Don't get a little skull next to you. Come in first or second. And if I can get a thumbs up from the race director when they're ready to come out on stage, we will welcome our pilots fighting to stay alive. Just changing channels backstage. The channels, if you want to know what we're talking about with video channels, these are our video channels. If you take a look at our Whoop launch pads at the front there, you'll see some numbers on the front and their names. These are the video channels that they're flying. F4, R7, R1 and R2. that means that the videos won't interfere with each other. So all of our pilots will be able to see at the same time. Of course, if in the previous race they were on one of these channels, we need to switch them onto a new one to make sure they've got nice, clean, crystal clear images and can fly comfortably around this track. But it just had confirmation they're ready to go. So please welcome to the stage our next pilots fighting to stay alive. We have Cruise FPV, Gen X FPV, The Han, and Scooby Air. So a wonderful mix of pilots here from up and down the country. We've got Cruise FPV from SGDC, South Gloucester Drone Club. We've got Gen X and The Han representing Drone Circle near Manchester. And we have Scooby Air representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. And as they settle into their pilot chairs, we will find out who's going through and who's going home. Here we go.
Race over. Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off nice and clean. It is the Han first through the star and around the disco ball. Closely followed by is that Cruise. It is the Han leading the way with Cruise following. But Scooby Air has gone down. Gen X has gone down. The Han way out in front, quite happily leading the pack round our tower and across to the deck chair of doom. With Cruise on his tail lining up, he wants nice smooth position. A little bobble, but he makes it through unscathed. A little bit of luck there, keeping him flying. We've got the Han out in first, comfortably flying nice clean laps, keeping it clean, keeping it in the air. Across the deck chair of doom he goes and lining up for the umbrella, riding on board with him now. It looks like Gen X has gone down. Cruise still cruising around our track, happily making progress because the Han is across the line and into the crash gate, taking first position. Who's going to join him there? Someone is trapped on the stage. Don't know who it is, but the star and the deck chair of doom making a nice comfy landing. Who's coming around to join the Han in second place? We have a tight one between them. I'm going to need confirmation from the race director on what order they came in because that was too close to call. We got a whoop out on stage, trapped somewhere. Is he able to move? I think he's trapped. I think that might be the end.
Race over.
And they are done. Well done, pilots. Congratulations on that race. The Han comfortably taking first position. Let's go and have a chat with the Han because his race was nice and smooth. The Han, join me at the front here. Come and join us. Right, so the Han, that was easy.
Yeah,
straight
just
through.
Took it easy then because I knew.
You know, you feel comfortable.
Yeah, just take it easy.
Nice
Relax.
and easy. Yeah, I know how fast you can fly.
Slow and smooth.
That's the mantra. What's the mantra? Slow and smooth, smooth as fast. Exactly. And crashing wastes so much time that if you can just keep going through those gates, make no mistakes, end up in the crash gate first, you get the win. Excellent, well done. Now, I was chatting with Dan Carpy earlier, and he said he's been giving you some tips. So let us in on the secret. What are the top tips?
I try and get the secret sauce off him, but he just gives you a little spoonful at a time.
I see. Is that because you fly with him at Drone Circle, that's right?
We do, yeah. Just started a new club. So hopefully it's up and running this year.
Excellent. And we're coming into what we call whoop season, where all of the 5-inch pilots that have been flying outdoors come and fly indoors and fly whoops to keep their sticks going, to keep their thumbs warm. Do you guys also fly outdoors?
We do, yeah. All the summer we fly outdoors. Wings, 5-inch, 10-inch.
10-inch, all of them.
All of them, through gates, through the trees.
Yeah.
And then the winter, like you say, whoop season starts.
Brilliant. So if people in the Midlands want to come and join you, where should we find you?
In Macclesfield.
In
Not
Macclesfield.
too far away.
Yeah, very, very close to Manchester, if you know where that is.
Yeah.
And online, if we want to find out when your races are, where should we look?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook page that's always active, and we're going to start doing the FPV.
Brilliant. So check out Facebook and Instagram for Drone Circle. That is the place to find out about these guys and their club. So thank you very much
Cheers,
for
Matt.
having
Thank you.
a chat with us. Congratulations on that race, and we will see you in the next one. So that leaves us in a good position. A round of applause from our lovely studio audience here. Let's have a look at the scores on the doors, where they landed. So in our redemption bracket on the right-hand side, we have the Han and Scooby Air going through, taking first and second position, pushing Gen X FPV and Cruise FPV. They've lost 2 races, they've lost 2 lives. They're going home. Please give a round of applause for Cruise FPV and Gen X FPV. Fantastic pilots there. But we are now moving on to race number 11. And coming up, we will be welcoming to the stage our next pilots. Please put your hands together, fighting to stay alive. We have James TX, KPV, Brummy, and Jaggers. That's right, these pilots have lost 1 life. They have 1 life left. If they go down now, they are out. So, fighting to stay alive. Our pilots' goggles are down, their thumbs are up. We're waiting for
Arm your
one
quads,
more pilot.
starting on the tone
who's happy.
in less than
Let's send
5.
them off. As they jump off the line, we have James TX in first, followed by Jaggers. James TX leading the pack with Jaggers on his tail, but Jaggers just nipping past James. They are neck and neck as they go through the start. It is Jaggers just getting out ahead of James TX, but James' smooth style keeps him in the air as Jaggers goes down hard but resets, leaving James TX in first place and Jaggers having to chase him down. Brummy making a nice smooth line round, keeping it calm, keeping it smooth. Looks like James TX has gone down, letting Jaggers catch him up. They're now neck and neck again as they go through the star, around the disco ball and onto the base of the tower, fighting for first and second place. You really don't have to fight. You both go through. If you come in first and second, just don't crash. But it goes down. Jaggers is down. James TX comfortably in first. Little bit of traffic from Brummy as he just laps him there, going up for his final whoop around the ball. Into the crash gate goes James TX, taking first. Has Jaggers spent too much time on the ground? Is he stuck in the net? Will Brummy steal it from Jaggers, or is Jaggers going to make it into second? They're still both flying. We'll find out shortly. It looks like Jaggers is slightly ahead. He's just kept it together as he goes across the line. We have Jaggers into the crash gate, taking second place. And Brummy, even with a beautifully smooth track, taking on board the mantra of so
Race over.
smooth. Smooth is fast, unfortunately not fast enough, comes in third. And unfortunately that means Brummy, our big chap from Birmingham, will be going home. Please give a round of applause for Brummy as we say goodbye. Wonderfully done, pilots. Beautifully raced. We say goodbye to one more pilot. Unfortunately, Brummy will be going home. And you might have noticed that KPV wasn't in that race. Unfortunately, he had a technical backstage. His whoop wasn't working. He couldn't join us. Automatically gets 4th position and loses his last life. So a big round of applause for KPV as well, who will be going home. Well done, pilots. So that means that James TX and Jaggers live to fight another day. They will be going up on stage very shortly to fly again. Now, when looking at our double eliminations tree, we are now looking at race number 12. Fighting to stay alive. They're coming up against each other. These are the winners of the losers, if that makes any sense to anybody. 2 will be going home. 2 will be moving up into race 13, getting ever closer to our championship race. Archie and Dan Carpy sitting up there pretty, very happy to be in the finals, looking to see who will be joining them. And as we work towards that race, we will be fighting for this lovely trophy up on stage with me. The Golden Star for the Lightpool Luminair drone race. This is what they're fighting for. This is what they want to take home. Are we going to see a repeat of yesterday with Dan Carpy taking it? We'll be finding out soon. But before we get there, before we get to the finals, we need to find out who will be joining them. And we can now welcome to the stage our next pilots fighting to stay alive. We have The Han, Scooby Air, James TX and Jaggers. Brilliant, as our pilots all get
Arm your
comfy,
quads, starting
shake
on
out
the tone
nerves.
in less than 5.
It's time to race. They are off. Very quick bunch of pilots. It looks like we have James TX out in first, being chased by Jaggers. The Han in third and Scooby Air in fourth. So keeping it calm, keeping it cool. James TX and Jaggers battling, but James TX goes down on the deck chair of doom, giving Jaggers a little bit of spare air to make a comfortable transition to first place. But James is back up and running with the Han chasing him down and Scooby Air. Scooby Air ends up on his lid, letting the Han take third position, moving up the ranking, but it's still Jaggers out in front with James TX chasing him down. Both very fast pilots, comfortably in first and second, but the battle is going on for third. The Han making nice smooth movements, nice smooth flying, keep it together, let the pressure make the other pilots crash. Having to reset there for going through the deck chair of doom. He makes it through, but it's still Jaggers out in front. He whips around and takes first place quite comfortably with James TX coming around the disco ball into the crash gate. We have James TX in second place going through. Unfortunately, they're flying for blagging rights. It is the Han getting caught up on the invisible cable up to the star. He comes around our disco ball across the line and just getting caught up on the speaker at the start of the... Oh no, he's caught. Will he get third place? I think he's managed third place with Scooby Air coming around into the crash gate for fourth position.
Race over.
Fantastic flying pilots. Well done. Let's have a quick chat with the Han there, because as fast as he was flying, as smooth as he was going, he didn't quite get there. It looks like he's caught on the furniture in the race, just slipping down. The Han, your signature
The nerves.
The nerves got
the
to
nerves
you.
got me, yeah.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
smooth, flying nice and smooth.
Yeah.
You were making good progress. I think I only saw one bobble and maybe
Well,
one touchdown.
Hopefully, you fly smooth behind them and they make mistakes.
That's it. And unfortunately, that didn't quite
didn't make a
pay
mistake,
off.
nope.
No. And I'm sure you could have turned up the heat a little bit, but that smooth style
Yeah.
usually wins. And it worked for you last time.
It did.
But
But
this
it's
time-
warm up there, I'll tell you. It's warm.
It's warm up there, and the nerves now, you're getting
Oh.
towards the finals.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you didn't quite make
I
going
didn't,
through.
no.
But with the insider knowledge, who do you think will be joining Archie and Dan in the finals? Who do you think the pilots will be?
I'm going to say Stinky,
Stinky?
and James TX.
Stinky and James TX,
My
both
money's on them
very
too,
strong
yeah.
contenders.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Flew well today, both of them. So.
They've been flying very well indeed.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Dirty had a few technicals that slowed him down a bit, but he's been flying excellently today. I think one of the times that he crashed, he ran completely out of juice during qualifying. When that happens, it must be so demoralising. Have you had that happen on a race before?
On it before, yeah, but I've learnt from my mistakes, so.
You make sure not to run the batteries down too low.
Yes. Plus, I'm not on HD0, I'm analog all the way, so.
Exactly, analog all the way,
Yes.
keep the whoops light,
Yep.
and you can go faster. So, fantastic. Sorry to see you go home. Please give a round of applause
Thank you,
for
Matt.
the
Thank you.
Han who will be taking his leave. And as our next pilots sort out their video channels, we can take a look at our double eliminations tree to see who will be flying next. Making their way into race number 13. We also have to say goodbye to Scooby Air from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, who will be going home. Well done, Scooby Air, giving it your best, making it right the way up to race number 12's incredible achievement in amongst these fantastically fast pilots. So with our pilots ready to come out on stage, we can welcome for race number 13, we have Dirty McStinky, Blueprint, we have James TX and Jaggers. So this is where we find out who will be joining our finals pilots. All of them want to be up there in the golden box, running the championship race. Our pilots will take a deep breath, shake out those nerves, wiggle them thumbs, and get ready.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off immediately. James TX is out and running, but we have failed to proceed. Who's that sat on the starting line? But he's up, that's fine. James TX just not keeping up with the pace of Dirty McStinky, who slips into first position. We've got a battle between James TX and Blueprint. Blueprint just missing that umbrella gate, having to circle back for it, stuck in third. He's going to need to push, just getting caught up on the deck chair of doom. Audience, please shout deck chair of doom. Claims another pilot. Dirty McStinky out in first, up to the star, starting another lap. And Jaggers had failed to proceed on the starting line. He's got to work hard now to catch up the pilots. But it looks like he's making progress. He's a very quick pilot from the Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club. Is he going to be able to catch them? We'll find out soon. Dirty McStinky now onto his final lap as he goes round the tower in first place, but being chased down by James TX. Dirty McStinky into the crash gate, and there's two pilots straight into the crash gate, neck and neck. I can't tell who won. Blueprint unfortunately rounding off. Another tap on the deck chair of doom as he goes down. Unfortunately will be claiming fourth place. It looks like he's stuck somewhere underneath the furniture. That's all we have time for with those guys. I'm going to need confirmation from my race director of what order they came in. Looking to have that confirmed. Now, it looks like Dirty McStinky Dirty Mistinky was in first, making a fantastically quick race. Jaggers, who failed to proceed off the line, caught up, overtook everyone, came in second place for Jaggers, making it through to join the final race. We have to say goodnight and goodbye to James TX and Blueprint. If Blueprint wants to join me down on stage, taking a little showboat round over to the crash gate. Join me at the front here, Blueprint. Unfortunately, we have to say goodnight to you because you had a bit of a tough time there with the deck chair of doom catching you a few times.
It's the fabric, it's the fabric. Once the fabric catches your prop, that's it, you're out.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's quite a soft landing on the fabric, which is nice for the whoops. Yeah, so as we unfortunately have to say goodbye to you, we are moving on to our championship race where we have a bunch of very fast pilots. Yes, someone will be going home with this lovely trophy. Who do you think will be taking this home today?
I'm putting my bets on Archie. I want Archie to win. I want him to knock Dan off his podium. That's what I want.
Okay, Archie, the young gun. He's the youngest pilot here today. Been flying for 5 or 6 years. I can testify he's a very fast pilot.
Very fast.
We've both gone up against him in the Wings and Wheels events.
We have,
in the race, and he has just got faster and faster, and now leaves both of us for dust, making his way all the way to the finals. Archie's got your bet, has he?
Oh yes, definitely. I just want him to knock Dan off his podium. I want the young crowd to come in and see if he can make his mark.
And of course, Dan Carpy, our current reigning Tiny Whoop UK champion. He battled multiple races across the country up and down to take that position, and he's here today. You're seeing the fastest Tiny Whip pilot, but the young guns are coming for him. He's got the vote of Blueprint from Tiny Whip Staffordshire. If anybody wanted to come and join you at Tiny Whip Staffordshire, where would they go? Where's the best place to find out
So we run every other Monday, so it's every 2 weeks, in the Crown Wharf in Stone. So that'll be starting from 6 p.m. every other Monday. So and it's free to come for my first 12 months. So if you're in the area, have to come along, please come along. It doesn't matter whether you're flying, sitting around having a chat, there's plenty of food and drink available.
Yeah. And if you're completely new, if you've given a go here and you like the idea of flying, or if you're anywhere in the country, you fancy giving a go at flying, there are drones that you can give a go with at Tiny Whip Staffordshire. You can come along, we can set you up with a drone and give you your first FPV flight.
You don't even have to fly the track. The track's there just for you to play on.
Yeah, if you just want to play around, that's fine. It's all about having fun using FPV. If they want to find you on the socials, where do we look for you?
TWS Staffordshire, so on Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. So TWS Staffordshire, it is Tiny Whoop Staffordshire. That's the place to go. And one of our newest clubs from up and down the country, just starting up this year. So thank you very much, Blueprint. Sorry to see you go, but we will see you again soon. Very well done. So we're now moving on to the final race. This is the trophy they're all fighting for. Yesterday, Dan Carpy had a clean sweep and won both races, lifting the title. But will he be able to do the same again today? We will be finding out soon. So please welcome to the stage our pilots for the finals and fighting to lift this trophy. We have Archie FPV, Dirty McStinky, Dan Carpy, and Jaggers. This is the finals race. No longer first and second, you need to come first. If you want to win, you need to come first in this race. The pressure is on for our pilots as they settle down and get themselves sorted. We've got 4 happy pilots, we've got 4 thumbs. For all the marbles.
Arm your quads.
We've got
starting on the tone in less than 5.
We may have to restart this race. Let's see what the race director says. Quick replug for Jaggers. Okay, the race director is going to restart this race when Jaggers is ready. Looks like he's studying. Okay, pilots, if you've got a spare battery, maybe you want to pop those in while Jaggers sorts out his quad. He had trouble in the last race, managed to make it up just by the skin of his teeth and move up into this race. We want to give you the best racing possible. So while he sorts that out and pilots get new batteries ready, let's say thank you to our sponsors for this race. It is the Lightpool Luminair race in Blackpool with the Blackpool Illuminations team. Thank you very much for letting us put on this race here and show the world what Tiny Whoop drone racing is all about. Clubs have come from up and down the country to take part here, and we couldn't have been more happy to do so. The event, the venue, the spectacle that we've been able to bring together, hopefully for you guys and your entertainment, has been wonderful. With all of these illuminated models, with all of the help and expertise of the Illuminations team, bringing together wonderful venue, wonderful models here at the Globe Theatre at the Pleasure Beach. Jaggers just doing a couple of very technical wiggles with his drone. It looks like... Okay, we'll give you a moment to grab a whoop. So while Jaggers does that, let's go and have a chat with our pilots up on stage. I'm going to pop up to the pilot line and have a quick chat with our pilots. We have the house lights up, thank you. So Dan Carpy, very, very good result yesterday. Feeling confident about today? No? Oh, hang on, let's take you off mute. There we go. How are you feeling today?
Not very confident.
Not very confident. What have I got? Okay, let's try that again.
Testing.
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah, not very confident.
Not very confident. You had a very good race yesterday.
Yeah.
And today, a few too many beers last night?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Dave McStinky, you've been up and down with drone problems all weekend, but it looks like you've made your way to the finals and you're now chasing the thing. How do you feel to be in the finals today?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it actually. I just want to try and fly a good race or give these two a bit of a challenge really.
Yes, exactly. These two have been sat on the championship podium waiting to see who would join them, so we're glad you battled your way through redemption. Did you feel nervous at all sitting in the redemption?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like nerves just gets the better of you every time.
And those nerves, how do you deal with those? Do you have a special mantra or?
No, you just have really high expo on your stick so you don't, it doesn't translate into your movements.
Some technical advice there from Dave McStinky. But sitting up on the podium, we have Archie, our youngest drone racing pilot here today. How have you felt battling with these pilots?
Yeah, good.
Good. Are you feeling confident going into this race?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. You train with Dirty McStinky here. Have you been battling down in Hanworth?
He never flies this good at the club. He never flies this good at the club.
So you've been keeping it quiet. You've been keeping your skills to yourself, ready to bring it out at this drone race. Where have you been practicing if not at the club?
I don't practice anywhere else, only at the club.
No? Do you use simulators? Because some of the top pilots like to use a simulator.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Excellent. Yeah, because with some of the top pilots, using simulators helps keep their thumbs warm, keeps them flying. And are you ready to go?
I'm good to go.
Excellent. What was wrong with your whoop?
My ground pad has come off several times on that whoop. So today I've blown up a flight controller. This one is a dodgy video, and the other one, the ground pad keeps coming off. So I'm just going to fly it with dodgy video and hope it doesn't fly into the crowd.
Do the best you can. Well, you've made it all the way through to the championship race, which is fantastic. So wherever you come here, this is the final race. We will find out shortly. So please put your hands together for our pilots and the finals race to find out who our champion will be. Dirty McStinky, Jaggers, Dan Carpy and Archie racing for the title here at the Luminair Lightpool drone race. Building the nerves. This is the one for all the biscuits. And it looks like a technical has ruined Jagger's day. Unfortunately, that means he gets automatic fourth. Please give a round of applause for Jaggers. But we will send our pilots on their way for the race, for the champions.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Archie keen to get underway, lets them get ahead, doesn't get an advantage, so we let him carry on. And it is Dan Carpy out with the blue quad in first with Dirty Mastinky on his tail. There is pressure going down. Dirty Mastinky hits hard and lets Archie get up into second position. Dirty Mastinky lines up that gate and takes it neatly. He's off and running, but the air is clear ahead of Dan Carpy, our current UK Whoop champion, but the pressure is on from Archie. He's just one gate behind him. Will Dan Carpy make a mistake? Will Archie be able to send it up? Dan Carpy does make a mistake. He goes down and Archie capitalizes. They are neck and neck. All the while, Dirty McStinky has been sneaking up behind them, takes first place. It is first place for Dirty McStinky. Dan Carpy in second, Archie in third. Dirty McStinky out in first place, just needs to keep it. A little touch on the cameraman for Dan Carpy as he just but it is all about Dirty McStinky out in first. Archie battling now, he's in first. Dirty McStinky takes first place. Dan Carpy bouncing off the crash gate into second, and Archie taking third in the fastest race of the day at the Lightpool Luminair drone race.
Race over.
Congratulations to our pilots. What an incredible race. And we have a new fastest pilot. Please come on down to the front of the stage and join us at the front here and collect your whoops. Unfortunately, Jaggers having a technical difficulty there means that he gets fourth position. But if you go down and collect your whoops, we'll call you up onto stage in order, because we want to say thank you to all of the people that have made this drone race possible. We have been brought together by the Blackpool Illuminations team for the Luminair Lightpool drone race. Without all of them, we couldn't have put together such an incredible race here. And at the back of house, we also have had all the Give It A Go sessions. So, pilots, don't wander off. I'm going to need you in a minute. Come and stand at the bottom here. Thank you. So just want to say thank you to all of our Give It A Go guys from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers down at the front doing the hot laps thing where you can get inside the FPV. Thank you very much, team of our volunteers. Please put a round of applause for the British Drone Racing Association, letting people get their hands on whoops and fly them upstairs. Not only that, but the brand new drone sport, Drone Soccer, where you can crash and bash drones together as much as you like. Starting this new sport in drones, hands together for Drone Soccer. And of course, underpinning all of the drone racing in the UK, our governing body, the British Model Flying Association, BMFA. He just walked in now. It's Andy Simmons looking after the simulators. Thank you very much for helping us give everybody a taste of FPV. But I can bring to the stage our pilots. In fourth position, unfortunately, is Jaggers. Well done, mate. Fourth place, not bad at all. What happened at the end there?
So yeah, I grabbed the dodgy video drone, and I think as I plugged it in, some magic smoke came out.
No, we're on mute. Sorry about that.
No worries. So yeah, as I was saying, as I plugged I tested the drone quickly before you gave me some time, so appreciate that, everybody. And it was all working fine. As I went back up to plug it in, some magic smoke came out, and I think I just touched a positive and negative cable together. We run these drones so light, so we run that risk all the time of things potentially shorting out, and yeah, it didn't pay off well for me today.
That's really unfortunate, but thank you very much for joining us here, taking fourth place. You want to come and stand here for me? In third place, join me on stage, our youngest pilot. He was hot pick by Blueprint, but didn't quite beat Dan Carpy, but nevertheless an incredibly fast pilot, pipping, getting an incredible race in. How did you feel going up against these fast pilots?
Yeah, it was good, but just not fast enough.
Just not fast enough. Do you think nerves played a part of this?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, a bit. Well, put your hands together for third place, Archie FPV from Hanworth Tiny Whip Club. And for the first time this weekend, being brought down a level, we have Dan Carpy, the fastest drone racing pilot in the UK, or is he? Because in second place, please put your hands together for him, Dan Carpy of Drone Circle. Congratulations, Dan. Second place. Unfortunately, you're not lifting the title today, but how has your race gone?
Terrible.
Terrible. Can't have gone that bad. Still getting up onto the championship race. Second position's nothing to be sniffed at. Congratulations on all of your racing. Did you feel the pressure coming from Dirty McStinky and the other pilots?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
They were hot on your tail. So congratulations, second place, Dan Carpy of Drone Circle. And please keep your hands clapping for the winner of today's drone race, Dirty McStinky of Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club, raising the trophy at the Luminair Lightpool event. Our winner today. Congratulations, Dirty McStinky. How do you feel?
I'm still like a bundle of nerves. Shaking.
Well, congratulations. That race was incredibly fast. The pressure up there, having to wait while Jagger sorted himself out, did that help or did that hinder?
No, that probably hindered more than anything. The delay is always just gets your nerves going even more.
The build-up. But you guys race together down in Hanworth. We've had 3 representing Hanworth here, Archie, Jaggers and Dirty McStinky. If they want to come and find you at Hanworth, you can meet them in West London at the Conservative Club. Am I right?
Yeah, we've got we've got a Facebook page for Hanworth Tiny Whip Club. You can join that. We've got a Discord channel where you can join, and we do regular promotions for the nights on IFPV, which is where we host all of our events.
Excellent. So join the fastest whoop racers at Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club and Drone Circle. And please put your hands together one more time for our winner today, Dirty McStinky, lifting the trophy for the winning pilot today. Congratulations. And thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you've had a fantastic time here. We've had a great race, and thank you again to our Blackpool team. I've been Mini Rolls Rule of Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, and this has been the Luminair Lightpool Drone Race. Thank you very much, and we will see you again at another one. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
Well done.